Well, I'm near the end of the game with my orc side shot, who's now level 45, which is awesome. So, some thoughts basically before I basically go on here. I want to do like that portal dungeon, like, you know, up over there, and I'm level 45, so I figured for this episode, we're going to try doing that at least. So yes, this is the strange temporal disruption. So this is like my first time being here, so we'll see what it's all about. So, a telepathic message for Rough Draft. Once upon a time, there was a halfling alchemist by the name of Maltoff. Alongside her trusted golem, she marched into the Trollmire, disposing all foes in her path when she encountered Prox. And he bent down to roar, mere inches from her face. Well inside a boss radius, she panicked and pulled the vial off her belt. Once upon a time, there was a dwarven berserker by the name of Maltoff. Fleeing through the halls of Reknor as his friend was cut down by an orcish warriors, he ran face first into a couple of them and... Once upon a time, there was a cornered road by the name of Maltoff. His chops made short work of Prox, but when Bill the Stone Troll tossed him around the lair, he lost his bearings and stepped on. Once upon a time, there was a great hero, a dwarven stone warrior by the name of Maltoff, who began her adventure swearing incompetency about unfairness before shrugging and continuing onward. She escaped from Reknor with her closest companion, used her natural powers to purge the deep bellow and a maze of corrupting forces therein, rescued a strange new creature called the Yeek from the clutches of the murderous Subject Z, and even shrugged off boulders thrown at her by giants of Dakara as she inexorably pushed forward, slaying so many threats that had harmed so many people before her. She uncovered a long-lost conclave vault and put the last of the original ogres to rest, rescued a damsel from the clutches of the sect of Krill Fejin, and finally found herself staying at the gates of the Tower of Dreadful. Her skills honed by her trials and laden with exotic equipment found in her travels. Climbing through the waves of shadowing undead, she finally faced the master head-on when a skeletal warrior struck her from behind. A stunning blow from a warhammer struck her right where she applied the wild infusion, the only one she had. Dazed and stumbling, she tried to invoke the power. She only became lucid when a terrible cold crept up to her limbs, encasing her in ice. Once upon a time, there's a floor summoner by the name of Maltoff, who began her adventure right next to a snake that was unnaturally skilled with temporal magic. Once upon a time, there was a terrible villain, an ogre weaver by the name of Maltoff, who found himself fascinated by the corrupted crystalline structures of spellblaze caverns. He first drowned the last hope guard in the dead of night to steal her enchanted ring, then began to leave a trail of destruction through the land, feeding on the strength of those hewn with his battle axe or impaled with his longsword, and growing ever more powerful with every death he caused. He joined the cause of the Grand Corruptor and he sought Ziggurat to ensure that nothing would stop his arcane plagues from spreading, then took the heart of Samor Queen of Spellblaze, Queen to Spellblaze tainted lands to avert its natural blessings into blighted font of suffering. He sat and watched as a cult sacrificed a maiden to summon their demonic master just so he could kill it himself, and salivated at the prospect of traveling to the Far East and seeing the army's worth of orcs broken into bleeding tumors and boils spreading across the skin as the life slowly left their eyes. The finest soldier of the Vor Pride could do nothing to prevent him from raiding their armory, but one crippled and diseased orc pulled himself up against the sealed doors and begged him not to open them. He simply laughed before crushing his skull under his boot as he walked toward it, then kicked the door down, only to feel his bone disintegrate under the storm of rough attacks from an army of unspeakably powerful multi-hued worms. Even Maltoff knew when he had to flee from the fight, and clenched his fist as he charged his face of ruin. When a blind flash of light cleared, he found himself mere inches from... Once upon a time, there was a doom elf by the name of Maltoff, free from demonic mind control by a lucky meteor strike, who set out to use her newfound powers to escape the orbital hell on which she was trapped. Investigators and mutilators designed for torturing and captives but far too frail for direct combat, fell under her infernal blade nearly as easily as the unaltered child of Ruby, who had few skills outside of clerical work, and soon she began to feel the demonic magic she had been imbued with may have made her nearly unstoppable. When a demonic statue called out to her, she thought nothing of trying to absorb more of its power, barely ever noticing the statue call forth a champ of Uruk. Once upon a time, there was a Shalor adventurer by the name of Maltoth, who was quite certain of what he was doing. He learned an extremely uncommon set of abilities, great talent with unarmed martial arts, some psychic potential to swing his staff in the air while leaving his hands free, stone magic that he used his punctures as focus to blast foes with a hailstorm of missiles, and once he had enough practice to master a few of these, he started effortlessly destroying any foe he faced, until he encountered the ruling beast. The battle was intense, and soon both were on the verge of death. On opposite sides of the fortress foyer, the adventurer knew he couldn't afford to rush in close to finish the beast off, so he launched a pair of Urban missiles at it instead. However, the moment they left his hand, he felt the grip of the hard bone around the waist, legs, and back, pulling him at an incomparable speed into the whirling beast's grasp. Perhaps Maltoth could survive the ensuing fist fight, but he'd been pulled faster than his own missiles could fly, and now he found himself between the stony projectiles and the original target. Once upon a time, a great spirit put down his pen and closed his notebook, sighing in frustration. Alright, well, so if you haven't really got the grasp of that, that's basically like, you know, a whole lot of player deaths, but it's like being written by, like, you know, an author basically talking about it. So what's in here? We have Paradox Orc Berserker, an orc clad in massive armor wielding a huge axe. So there's a time-locked vault. There's a splitted orc fighter, an orc clad in massive armor wielding a shield and deadly axe. A Paradox Orc Blood Mage, an orc dressed in blood-stained robes. He mumbles in a harsh tongue, and one of them being called, so I'm just going to see what that's all about. Interruptions are fun, but it's more fun to keep on playing, I think. So let's keep playing. Alright, there's a Dreadmaster apparently somewhere in here. There. Alright, so we have some foes to fight. So here's a split Dreadmaster. It is an unlife of power almost unequaled, and affront to existence. Its very touch abuses and disrupts the flow of life, and its unearthly limbs of purest black, crumbling rock and withered flesh with ease. Well, he wants to die, so we're gonna fight him. Let's fire him. Vital shot and apparently miss. That sucks. Let's go with that. I can get rid of this with my mirror. I don't want to hit any friends here, so let's just, like, you know, stick with, like, you know, single projectile type shots. And we'll kill that guy. So I got Ghost to basically fight here, and Time Swap Barrel White. It is a ghostly nightmare of an entity. So we got a sort of like Paradox Fiend dungeon here. Split Elder Vampire. A terribly robed undead figure, this creature has existed in its own life for many centuries by stealing the life of others. It can summon the very shades of victims from beyond the grave to come and slay to its aid. A Split Devourer. A headless, round creature with stubby legs and arms. Its body seems to be all teeth. And apparently it can summon more guys. Well, this is an interesting dungeon. Time Swap Cut Purse. The lowest of fees. This cut purse is just learning the tricks of his trade. Extremely disturbed pocket of time. Interesting trap. There's the next level. Here is a Time Swap Temple Stalker, so a slender metallic monstrosity with long claws in place of fingers and razor-sharp teeth. And we got these guys here. We got ourselves an Orc Pride guy and this guy. I killed whatever was there, I guess. So Space-Time Shutters for an instant as a note falls out of a different timeline. So, lore found. Scholar Greynot's Assessment of Species, Chapter 83, Way. This note had already caught fire when the Paradox anomaly pulled it out from our timeline. You only had time to read part of the title before it burned away completely. A temporarily large white snake. This large snake hisses at you, angry at being disturbed. The traps are real. The traps are actually really interesting in here. They like do random stuff. This is like my first time in a time-locked vault. Alright, so once upon a time in the West, here are the Annalins retelling of the scourge from the West's journey, apparently. Alright, so, a telepathic message to tale of Maj'Eyal. Once upon a time, there was a human paradox mage by the name of Maltoth. He came from humble beginnings, dealing with minor threats, like a mad nature guardian Nargos, or yet another reincarnation of Carpool. But as he traveled throughout the land, he grew stronger and more skilled, and began to take on even more fearsome opponents. He purged the corrupted horrors of Yikgar, and claimed a long-forgotten flying fortress for himself. But even this was a mere stepping stone on the way to the Tower of Dreadfell. The Master, a necromancer of terrible power, and even more terrible sadism waited. Alright, I'm gonna just have to pause there. Recording is always fun when you forget to turn off your friends list. Alright, so, the Master, a necromancer of terrible power and even more terrible sadism, waited for him there with an army of undead, clutching an ancient weapon of incredible power. But now Maltoth bravely pressed on, cutting through the hordes of skeletons and ghouls, prevailing where so many others had failed. Eventually he stood victorious over the vampire's body, and took the staff of absorption with him, safely away from the undead hands. Maj'Eyal was safe once more. Unfortunately, what awaited him next was a quest with even greater stakes. Orcs, a once fought, vanquished threat, have reappeared in force in Maj'Eyal. Despite Maltoth's best effort to store the staff in a safe place, the orcs stole it, and Maltoth was forced to follow them all the way through an ancient and possibly advanced fire portal to get it back. The portal crackled and whirled as Maltoth held up the ore of many ways to activate it. He took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and a moment later he became the first person to go from Maj'Eyal to Variel, the distant continent of Far East, in centuries. A long-lost band of allies, the people of Sunwall, awaited him there, as did 4 armies of orcs. Once again, though, Maltoth refused to back down when the fate of the world was in his hands. Blessed by High Paladin Aaron, he set out to reclaim the Staff of Absorption from the Orcish prides. Storms of fire and ice assaulted him on his way to challenge the Grand Magus Vor, a foe who could call forth the heavens themselves to pulverize him, but his meteors weren't enough to stop him. The Dragon Tamers of Gorbath Pride, master wormworks with unparalleled control over the forces of nature, merely gave Maltoth the opportunity to become the world's most accomplished Dragon Slayer. The bone fortress of Rockshore Pride crumbled as he put his inhabitants to rest, and even when orcs stood in his way to do what orcs are best known for at Greshnight Pride, their brute force with strength and steel was simply not strong enough. But right as he set out to climb the tower, he got an urgent message from High Paladin Aaron. He journeyed across the wastes of Arun, with haste arriving at another fire portal. Without a thought to where it led, Maltoth rushed in. At her orders, he found himself in a vast plain of fire and magna, with narrow stretch of land leading far into the distance. Behind him, he heard clanging and crashing. The orcs were after him even there, and his Sun Paladins were valiantly holding the line to keep them away. They told him to do one thing: run. And run he did, cutting through and sidestepping countless great red dark drakes in the process. The glowing magma splitting and bubbling on either side of a perilous stony bridge. At the end, he caught the sight of staff for the first time since Maj'Eyal, and the culprits were surprisingly a human and an elf. These 2 sorcerers, driven by a combination of good intentions, sheer madness, and tragic love, had manipulated the orc prides into stealing the staff for them. To what end, he did not know. Nonetheless, the spell they were channeling was thwarted, and he returned to the east victorious, ready to assault the sorcerer's lair of High Peak. Threats, even greater than any he had faced before, awaited him. The tower itself was trying to stop him, changing conditions, assaulting his defenses on each floor, combined with an army of every foe unimaginable. But he would not be hindered, pushed past everything on his final ascent. On the top floor, he finally met with the sorcerers Argonal and Lander face to face. They told him of their plans with the staff, one's far more dangerous than mere ghoul domination. No, they sought to bring back a threat that only the long-gone Shartul could have dealt with, a threat long forgotten, lost and tumbling between the stars. Gerlich, a god driven mad from isolations. They had to be stopped. Fortunately, Maltoth did not go into battle alone. High Paladin Aaron arrived to fight by his side, and the four of them clashed in a fight for the fate of the Maj'Eyal. Even with Argonal's fearsome bone armor whirling around her, even with Elander's impressive spells flying through the air, even with the portals summoning foes of all sorts to join the battle, in the end the forces of good prevailed. The sorcerers were defeated and the portal was sealed forever. Maj'Eyal had been saved thanks to Maltoth. Most of the world may not have known what happened at the top of High Peak, but they were in grips of peril and were now free of it. None can say what our champion did after that, but whatever it was, he and all life in Maj'Eyal lived happily ever after. So there's basically the story of Maltoth, and he's apparently like, a paradox mage. He basically fought across Maj'Eyal and Embers and stopped these sorcerers, so that's the name of the Scourge of the West, Maltoth. Alright, so I got some guys in here. Let's go and a Drake hatching, not too powerful, blah blah. We'll hit him with that. We'll do this. Wow, that's a lot of crap to basically deal with. Let's giant leap right there. Look at them all. They're everywhere. Everywhere. These guys don't seem to get hurt. Or yes, they do. No, they don't get hurt. Yes, they do. Yes, I keep switching my things, so I can't tell if they're getting hurt or not. Alright, let's go like that. And apparently I'm sort of stuck here. That's a bit of a nuisance, but whatever. Let's just go out here. So yeah, these guys to be killed, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it. They are everywhere. Everywhere. Why? Why is there so many? Oh, these guys went hostile, I think. There's one over there of the time swap stuff. Oh, let's kill it all. Just kill it all. That's what I'm gonna do. It's everywhere. Everywhere, I tell you. The horror. Let's kill all that stuff. Oh, you guys click the ways to kill these guys. Well, that's basically done. I kill all my orc buddies in here, but whatever. Nothing I can really do about it. Apparently there's a wormhole somewhere, but whatever. Time swapped brittle clear ooze. It's translucent and it's oozing. Okay, let's try this. And by the way, I can see this guy because I got my dragon armor on. This thing here. Because, that lets me see stuff like that. There's an orc berserker. Oh, he time swapped me. God, the brill ooze. What a horrible foe that was put in here. Alright, well, I survived the Brittle Ooze conquest there. So, apparently I had something happen with, like, you know, arcane forces there. Whoop, I got banished by something. Hello. Goodbye. Alright, that might be threatening. This guy is a level 48 split worm that walks. And he just did this on me, of course. Alright, let's get rid of that with Fiery Salve. We're gonna go with a normal shot. A normal shot. Notice how I'm not like using Vital Shot here, because this guy could possibly hurt me a lot. Because you know it's a worm that walks. Oh, that's really hurting. Get rid of that. Of course, he's got friends over here. Okay, let's go like this. And then we'll go like this to finish him off. And then we'll go like that. Well, that worked out well. So this is essentially a paradox dungeon is what we're fighting in here. Alright, there is a giant blue ant rare, a temple van worm, this is gonna suck, but we'll try doing this. Oh, of course, they dragged me out of here. Okay, let's go like that. And apparently I can't teleport in there, that sucks. Let's do that to kill them. I got confused here, that's gonna be a nuisance, but I can deal with that in a moment. Let's get rid of that with that. We're just gonna giant leap on this guy. I apparently missed that shot. That sucks. He's got invasion on this guy. That's why I'm missing him. Nothing like invasion to make your day. Did that miss him? No, that didn't miss him. I'd be amazed if that missed him. Oh, I brain locked him. Let's get rid of all that stuff. Alright, we'll go like this to kill him. I had no idea what they just did, but it was an impressive little bit of dig there. It's everywhere! It fits too, the Brittle Ooze has like something to lock you from moving, because you know, they're Brittle Ooze. F. F. We'll do that. Alright, well, this is getting really annoying. They just keep coming and coming! Let's go like that. I'm actually going to jump away at this point. I have no sign. I'm losing bullets too, right? So... do that a little bit, and we'll go like that. Alright, well they're all here. Let's try this here. And we'll go boom to kill all them. The paradox. The paradox is strong with these ones. Well, that's it for those Brew loses. They're kind of annoying, but of course there's going to be another one to fight right here. Why not? Hey, look at that. I did a size over a matter, so I basically insta-killed it. Alright, well, another one fight. So note to self, you want to insta-kill those. And there's a Master Archer. Let's drop that there. Do that. There's a Tinker. The Silver Figuree. So, I think at the end of this, you basically fight a special enemy. I'm not going to say anything because you know, it's still my first time doing it, but we'll get to it when I get to it. Some way to fight. Kill that guy. Alright, let's go like this. Yeah, I think what Brit loses is that they don't actually like really hurt you, they just sort of slow you down. Which makes it easy for other stuff to kill you. What? 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 So what happened there? I hit myself for that's a lot of damage. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's like 33,608,583 fire damage. I apparently boiled myself to death by providing a fuel to wildlife a little too pocket to sort time. Okay. So, I think that's this trap that basically hit there and it killed me instantly. So I think that's unfortunate, but whatever. So that trap there killed me, apparently. Gotta be very careful with the traps, apparently, because there's one that can kill you instantly. Alright, let's finish off these guys. I'm so glad I'm doing this in normal adventure, because that would have been the other run right there. My temporal clone's coming to kill me. It's only gonna last for a little bit though, so maybe I'll just flee from it. Before it kills me. Well, let's go to the next level and see what it's gonna be all about. You know, I wonder if I want to keep this on. This lets me like do like, you know, different types of elemental damage, so I can like bypass the elements and stuff, but that looks pretty cool for the heal mod. So I guess I don't really need heal mod with like, you know, this over, you know, unstoppable salve I've got over here. These are nice for giving me the pinning immunity and letting me jump around. Those like boots I'm currently wearing. Alright, so lore found a telepathic message to Eidolon. Once upon a time, there was a spirit known as the Eidolon, older than anything on Maj'Eyal. Some call it a savior, a bringer of order and justice. Others a dark god spreading terror for its own amusement. Such moral classifications are hopelessly inadequate to describe the incomprehensibility, far-sighted motivations of a being nearly as old as time itself. But if you were to ask the Eidolon, it would call itself a storyteller. Whether the story exists only in its own head or is reflected across the Chandril system, none can say. But Eidolon needs heroes for its story, as it always has. Today, the hero it needed was a master of battle, the likes of which had not been seen since the age of Garkul the Devourer. It considered a few different options, deeming many failures, some potentially adequate with few mistakes forgiven, and only one to be finally chosen. Its chosen protagonist met every challenge put before him, sometimes with ease, often with difficulty, occasionally escaping through luck alone, but eventually stood atop the high peak, having saved Maj'Eyal from the greatest threat it ever faced. And what then? A master of battle has nothing to do once the battle is won. He could have sought out higher foes, but the only ones he would be likely to find would either be pointless to face or outright harmful to the citizens of Maj'Eyal. They would add nothing to the story. The Eidolon could have introduced a foe strong enough to finally destroy him, but what kind of ending would that be? Instead, the Eidolon decided to let its protagonist retire as wished, where he chose to ascend the inevitable doom in the infinite dungeon, to attempt to slay impossible foes like Atafon and Linali, or to simply retire and live out the rest of his days in a reclaimed spiritual fortress. In any case, the story was over. There wasn't any room left for the rest of Maltoth's life. Of course, a character like that can't simply be thrown away. The story may be over, but it can be told again and again. And as such, there would be many heroes in Maj'Eyal, as there were people who listened to the story. Each hearing it and imagining it slightly different from the next. Even a storyteller would dream up more situations for the hero of Maj'Eyal, always wondering, what if I found an evenly matched for his first warrior? Don't I owe him the reward of first, a fight he would be eager to participate in, and one that would give him the challenge he craves so dearly? Wouldn't such a duel be worth writing about? And so it kept Maltoth in mind, promising to remember him whenever he found or created a threat worthy of him. Davian Destiny Orc, you crave the real intention of a close fight as much as he does. I dose this opportunity to you in life, and a scourge from the west in his legend. All I ask in return is that two of you give me the battle that the people of Maj'Eyal will sing songs about. So, Maltoth the Mad. This wretched human seems struck in temporal flux. So yes, we are fighting the Scourge of the West, Maltoth the Mad. And it looks like he's going to have quite a few things to go on. Well, this will be an interesting fight. Let's go like this to start off with. And that'll make him wet. Alright, this guy could probably hurt me by quite a bit of stuff. He's got talents in a whole lot of stuff, apparently. He's not really a Paradox Warrior so much as he's like, you know, an Archmage, but whatever. That's fine. Let's activate this to basically, you know, power up my stuff a little bit. And we'll go with a bullying shot to start off with. Now, I assume that he's going to be able to, like, you know, burn off my things if I'm not careful, so let's just giant leap to him right over here. Damn, he's sort of in the way, but I'll do that to him. I think I lost one of my things. I possibly lost the one of the things I had there. I'm not sure. Alright, let's get rid of that stun ability on me, so we'll go with the Frost Salve. I'm actually going to jump up to here to fight him. Let's fire a vital shot into his face. And I turn into a telegraph, so you use that prodigy. But he's stunning cripple, so I should keep him down for a little bit. Let's do a regular psi shot. I'm going to basically hit him with the psi worm to basically keep my psi up in case I need it. He fired off another one of these, like, you know, flaming things here, so let's rocket boot over to here. The battle was intense. Yes, it was intense. Let's drop that on him there. That didn't wet him, unfortunately, so that's unfortunate, but whatever. Let's go with that. He put on a shield to basically protect himself from dying. That's going to help him a little bit, but not for long. I think we'll deal with this. I made him teleport, apparently. Hiya. Let's vital shot him in the face. Oops, I did a regular shot there first. Alright, there goes his cauterize, so that's happened. Let's just finish him off with a final shot. So, that's basically it. That was the battle with, like, the hero, or the Scourge of the West. He drops some stuff. That's a really, really crappy Survivor Story and Lantern Focus. I mean, this has a light race of 4. Really, really crappy. Oh well. Well, that's gonna be that. So, that's basically what this place is. It's like, you know, a little way until I get back, like, you know, to fight the Scourge of the West. Or maybe, like, you, are fighting him and you're not fighting him, I don't know. But it's done. So, now that that's basically done, there's only one dungeon left in the game. Well, technically 2. I'm basically going through the second last dungeon, and there'll be one last dungeon after that. This one up here. But before we do that, let's just see how much time I've left in this episode. Alright, I should have enough time to go through, you know, maybe like an instance or 2. Or maybe go for like the final boss fight. Alright, here's Palace level 5. This might be where we find the bosses, or I think we might be a little bit far away from that. We'll see. It's funny how these guys are all weaker than me. Because, you know, I basically leveled up. Yeah, I'm knocking back stuff with my Thunderclap ability. That's the way down. What the heck was that? So, here's a phonograph. This machine seems to have a slot for some kind of disc. These are like the strange black discs that, you know, I picked up from the GEM. Let's look at them. So, strange black disc 1. Thing on? Okay, good. This is Haze Commander Palmer of the Geothermal Exploratory Mole on a mission to, she sighs, find the Loyalist and arrange for a safe transport to his refuge, offering him his previous terms of agreement, which is council speak for flee in terror to the only thing that could bail us out of this mess and bring the Eye with us. Personally, I'm not keen on putting out our fates in the hands of some nutter who lives underground and, instinct grumbling, Not even my damn job. I didn't sign up for some politician's valet. You hear a door opening and another voice creaks. Captain, the tea maker isn't working. Get someone on that post-haste. The door closes. Yeah, Councillor Thanatos is getting his tea as soon as he can get unkick the hornet's nest that got us into this chaos. Moving on. Departure was on time. Projected journey to the Loyalist's last known location is underway, making a tunnel there from right under the palace. All systems functioning except for the tea maker. I can't give a slag about that. End log. Strange boxes too. For posterity. Let's make sure future generations can hear the moments of history being made. You hear the voice of Councillor Thanatos again, and then you hear a very strange voice, one that's all too clear. Even with the device playing, it sounds like it's coming from inside your own head. Yes, good idea. This is an important day for both of us. No, for Maj'Eyal. You've brought what I asked for so long then. Of course, it's just... bring the cart around here. Clanking and grinding. Open it up if you wish. No need, I can feel its power, it's so familiar and yet so new. This could only be the eye of Maj'Eyal himself. It's beautiful, and all will know its beauty. Splendid, I assume. This is the beginning of a long and beautiful partnership between Atmos and your people. Shall I go back up and tell them we're ready for them, and you're ready to handle the orc situation? They're very eager to come down here. Go forth, my herald, tell them all are welcome! What are you? Screams in the background, gurgling, crashing, a distant bestial roar. And Maj'Eyal will reward you for your services as you deserve. More crashing. You shall be blessed with a better new form, a better new mind. All your people are welcome to... You hear Palmer's voice again. Slag it, run, grab everything, and recording ends. Strange black disc free. You hear a loud mechanical rumbling in the distance. You hear sounds of struggling and bludgeoning swords slicing through flesh, steam guns being fired, and shouts of pain from the giants and horror alike. Palmer sounds panicked. Mayday, mayday, we are bailing out. Catalyst is gone, and we are not going back for him. Scrap the tunnel to the Palace of Fumes, scrap the entire damn council. We're getting as far away from here as we can. Loud hissing. Mother of! Grunt squishing, slashing. Flooring it all the way to the damn Sunwell. We're taking the first farpole off this continent, whether those tinies like it or not. Guess this technically counts as treason, mutiny, whatever, but if the council hearing this, blow out your steam holes, we'd rather live. Add to altitude rising, surface approaching. This is H.C. Palmer signing off. Alright, well, I guess, like, you know, we found out what happened to, like, you know, why they, like, you know, came up there. And, you know, we'll actually learn a little bit about Thanatos as well, by the way. Possibly. We're getting to that point where we'll basically see him again. Or we'll actually see him for the first time, and what's become of him, so to speak. Or what became of him. Alright, let's get this up to, like, maximum power. Let's get my willpower up a little bit. I've almost got maximum willpower, that's nice. I have all these generic points to spend on stuff, but, you know, don't know exactly what to spend them on. Basically, I have, like, all these, like, you know, tinkering things I could do with it, but, you know, do I want to get, like, you know, mechanical, smith, and this for steam-powered armor, or whatnot? I need 5 points basically to get steam-powered armor all the way up, so I do have the levels for it, I guess. Alright, well, I'm pretty sure it's more to this level than that. Yep, I knew it. There's more to this level than that. Alright, we're going to clear out the rest of this level, if I can. Let's kill you if possible. Alright, there's that guy right there. We're just gonna hit him with a shot like that. We're gonna drop that right there and go boom. I bet there's more cutoff rooms apparently. So this level didn't really spawn too well. Luckily I can dig through stuff, you know, because, you know, I've got the pickaxe. Alright, that's out of the way. Let's go like this. Ow. Alright, that's basically it for the Palace of Fumes, I think, up to like where the bosses are going to spawn in the next level. I'm pretty sure the bosses are spawning on the next level. Pretty sure. Yep, this is definitely the last level, so we're basically going to just book it right from here. I'll fight the council, which is basically the final boss for this dungeon, and then we'll go from there, but... Yes, please let me out. Actually, you know what? This is actually something I can do for this episode. Let's go to Kelter's shop. And you know, if I want to, I could kill all these guys very easily at this point, so maybe I'll do that. You hear a loud noise. Boom. You think you're gonna survive? So here's a boss apparently. Alda, the steam giant gunslinger. And our boss right there. I find these guys funny. They think they can win. Okay, let's go like this. And we'll go like that. Then there's everyone in here, of course, so we'll kill them. See, this is what happens when you betray them, if you want. So the grumpy shop owner. You have disposed of Kaltor to lose yours. Basically, now I can loot everything. As Kaltor falls, you quickly grab a big golden key from his waist. Surely this opens the chest. See, I can open his stuff. Oh, look at that, there's the Blood of Life. So I found the Blood of Life. Oh, look at that, I can open up that now. So, down, like, below, by the way, if you want, you can actually go and find, like, you know, a training room down here. And if I want to, like, create, like, dummies to basically fight. Yeah, I'm fighting the dummy with my, like, you know, psi abilities. So here's all, like, the loot that I can pick up here. Come on, let me move. Alright, so that's basically what Kaltor's area is all about, if you come here and, like, do that. Let's actually use, like, the Blood of Life so that, you know, I have, like, you know, an extra life. So that's where the Blood of Life was. That's kind of cool to find. He had, like, a cool thing of this. He had a steam generator right here of this stuff. I don't need any of that stuff. He's got an amulet here. Basically lets me detect humanoids and orcs. Not probably all that important, but you know, it's cool to have like amulets like that, I guess. Gives me more sight range and like stuff, but I don't really need that type of thing. There's a Mind Star of tier 4. So yeah, this is like all really powerful gear. If you actually kill like, you know, Kaltor, you can get like some really powerful gear like this. So this gives me like, you know, Sonic's Charge Mastery, Sonic Millstorm, Maximum Psi. I think that like Charge Focus might be a little bit better than this. So I'm probably not going to worry about, you know, equipping that. Here's the brilliant all-loading Orc Spellers. Basically just give you like more like gunslinger type abilities, if you're like a gunslinger. There's the Spell Hunt Remnants. It can be used to destroy an arcane item to basically get more powerful, which is what that's all about. I think I got those gone, so I'm not going to worry about these ones. There's a nice little helmet I could equip for stuff. But I've already got the steam power one, so I'm not going to worry about it. Here's a Scatter Mine. This is a strike the target with one Mind Seer, Psychic Agglomerate, or Stunning Mind at random. That's what that's all about, that thing right there. That's basically going to give me Demon Admire, Demon Major prediction. That might be useful to keep around, so I'm going to keep around. And the other stuff in here is probably just like, you know, whatever. So that's basically Kaltor's shop I basically destroyed, because I felt like it. I've literally done everything except for the Palace of Fumes at this point, so we're nearing like the end of the game with this character. For sure. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Take care.